Taurus, my beautiful bull, I need you to stop scrolling right now, because what I am about to tell you is not what you think. And someone you still love just mentioned your name in a conversation, and it went so badly that now they are sitting there spiraling and they have no idea what to do next. And here is what nobody is telling you. This person thought they were being casual. They thought they could just drop your name like it meant nothing, like you were just some chapter they closed, but the universe had other plans, and I am pulling cards right now, and what is coming through is making my hands shake. Let me tell you something that happened to one of my clients last week. She is a Taurus just like you, and her ex mentioned her name at a dinner party thinking he had moved on. And within 48 hours, his entire friend group turned on him because they called him out on how he treated her, and he ended up sending her a 3-page letter that she never asked for. That is the kind of energy we are dealing with here. This is not small. This is not insignificant. And if you have been feeling this weird tension in your chest, if you have been waking up at odd hours, if you have felt this strange pull like someone is thinking about you, that is because they are, and it is eating them alive. Now, everyone thinks this reading is going to be about reconciliation or closure or some predictable romance story, but actually what the cards are showing me is so much deeper and so much more complicated than that. This person did not just mention you casually, they mentioned you in a moment of weakness. Maybe they were defending themselves. Maybe they were trying to explain why they are the way they are now. Maybe they were drunk or emotional or both. But whatever happened, the room went silent, and people started asking questions they were not prepared to answer. The very first card that flew out of this deck before I even started shuffling properly is the 8 of Swords, and I need you to understand what this means. This is not a card about you being trapped. This is a card about them being trapped. This person is in a mental prison right now of their own making. They thought they could talk about you like you were just a memory, like you were just someone they used to know. But the moment your name left their lips, they realized that everyone in that room knew. Everyone could see through whatever story they were trying to tell. And now they are stuck because they cannot take it back, and they cannot move forward, and they cannot explain themselves without revealing how much you still affect them. Look at this card with me. There is a person blindfolded, surrounded by swords, but here is what most readers miss. The bindings are loose, the path behind them is clear, they could walk away at any moment, but they will not because they are so trapped in their own narrative, so trapped in their own shame and regret and pride, that they would rather stand there suffering than admit the truth. And the truth, Taurus, is that they never stopped loving you. They never stopped thinking about you. They just convinced themselves they had. And this conversation, this disaster of a conversation, just shattered that illusion in front of witnesses. And I keep hearing this phrase, I keep hearing, you were the standard, and that is what they accidentally revealed. Whether they meant to or not, whether they were complaining or bragging or explaining, what came out is that you were the one who treated them right. You were the one who showed up. You were the one who loved them correctly, and everyone else after you has been a disappointment. Can you imagine how that landed in the room? Can you imagine the looks they got? Because I am seeing people's faces changing. I am seeing that social dynamic shifting. I am seeing this person becoming exposed in a way they did not plan for. Now let me pull another card because I need to see what happens next in their energy. I need to see where this spiraling goes. Oh, Taurus, the 5 of Cups is here, and this is devastating for them, but illuminating for you. This card shows someone standing over 3 spilled cups, mourning what is lost, completely focused on the regret, but behind them are 2 cups still standing that they refuse to see. This person is about to enter or has already entered a phase of deep mourning over you, over what you had, over how they messed it up. And they are going to ignore every good thing in their current life because nothing compares to what they lost when they lost you. I am seeing late night scrolling through old photos. I am seeing them replaying conversations in their head. I am seeing them analyzing every moment where they could have chosen differently. And the worst part, the part that is going to torture them, is that they know it was their fault. They know they are the one who walked away or pushed you away or sabotaged it or did not appreciate it. And that knowing is going to sit in their chest like a stone. They cannot even be angry at you. They cannot even blame you. All they can do is look at those spilled cups and realize they knocked them over themselves. But here is where it gets interesting. Here is where the energy shifts into something nobody predicted. The next card coming through is the Queen of Swords reversed. And this tells me that whoever they were talking to, whoever witnessed this conversation, there is a feminine energy here who is not having it, who called them out hard, who did not let them paint you as the villain or paint themselves as the victim. This could be a friend, a sister, a new partner, a colleague, but whoever this queen is, she has a sharp tongue and she used it. She basically said everything you would have said if you were there. She defended your honor without you even knowing. And this person is shook because they realized they cannot control the narrative about you anymore. The Queen of Swords reversed is someone who can be harsh, cutting, maybe even cruel in their honesty. And I feel like this person got absolutely demolished in this conversation. Maybe the Queen brought up specific examples. Maybe she pointed out patterns. Maybe she said something like, why do you keep talking about them if you are so over it? And that question, Taurus, that question broke something open. Because they do keep talking about you. They do keep bringing you up. They do keep comparing everyone to you, and they just got confronted with that reality in front of other people. What you need to understand is that this is not happening to you. This is happening for you. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to reach out. You do not need to respond or react or even acknowledge this energy because the universe is handling your reputation for you. The truth about who you are and how you loved is coming out without you having to defend yourself. And that is powerful. That is divine protection. That is karma working in your favor. Let me go deeper because there is another layer here that I am being shown. The Knight of Wands is coming through, and this is about their impulse right now. Their desire to do something, to fix it, to reach out, to explain themselves to you. This Knight is fast, reckless, passionate, acts without thinking, and I feel like this person is fighting every urge to contact you right now. They want to send the text, they want to call, they want to show up, they want to word vomit every feeling they're having, but something is stopping them. Maybe it is pride, maybe it is fear, maybe they know you have moved on, maybe they think you hate them, but that Knight energy is pacing back and forth like a caged animal. Here is what is wild though. The Knight of Wands is usually about action and movement, but I am seeing him stuck. I am seeing him at the starting gate, unable to run. And that is because this person knows that anything they say right now is going to sound like an excuse. They know that sorry is not enough. They know that I miss you is not enough. They know that they cannot just pop back into your life because they are having feelings. So they are sitting there with all this fire energy, all this wanting to do something, and nowhere to put it. It is burning them up from the inside. And I just heard something, they are asking mutual friends about you. Yes, Taurus, this person is doing recon. They are trying to find out if you are happy, if you are seeing someone, if you ever talk about them, if you seem like you have closure, and every piece of information they get is either destroying them or giving them false hope. If they hear you are thriving, it confirms they lost someone irreplaceable. If they hear you are struggling, they feel guilty, but also weirdly hopeful that maybe you miss them too. They cannot win. Every answer hurts in a different way. Now I need to pull a card about your energy in all of this because you are not just a passive character in this story, you have your own power here. The card coming through for you is the Queen of Pentacles in Taurus. This makes so much sense because you have been building. While this person has been spiraling and mentioning your name and getting called out, you have been creating stability. You have been focusing on your worth, your resources, your peace, your abundance. You are the grounded queen who knows her value and does not need external validation. This is why their conversation went so badly, because anyone who knows you, anyone who has witnessed how you carry yourself now, knows that you are not sitting around waiting for them. You are not pining. You are not desperately hoping they come back. You are living your life with intention and grace, and that makes their regret even sharper. The Queen of Pentacles does not chase, does not beg, does not lower her standards, and they are realizing that if they want you back, they would have to level up in ways they are not sure they are capable of. I am also seeing that you might be getting little signs that they are lurking, maybe social media views, maybe you keep almost running into them, maybe mutual friends are acting weird, and you have been brushing it off, but now you know why. This conversation they had was a catalyst. It stirred up energy that has been dormant, and that energy is trying to find a way back to you, but your Queen of Pentacles energy is like a fortress. You are not blocking them out of spite. You are simply so focused on your own growth that their drama cannot penetrate your peace. Let me see what the universe wants you to know about the next phase of this situation. Oh, this is fascinating. The Seven of Swords is here, and this is about strategy, deception, sneakiness, and someone trying to find a backdoor. Taurus, I need you to be aware right now because this person might try to reach out in indirect ways. They might use a mutual friend as a messenger. They might create a fake account to check on you. They might engineer a situation where you bump into each other. They are looking for a way to re-enter your life without the vulnerability of direct contact. The Seven of Swords is the card of the sneak thief, someone taking something without permission, and I feel like they want to steal a moment with you, steal your attention, steal a chance to explain, but they know they cannot just ask for it directly. So watch for unusual patterns, watch for coincidences that feel manufactured, watch for people suddenly bringing them up in conversation like it is casual when it is absolutely not. Someone is pulling strings behind the scenes and you do not have to participate in that manipulation. But here's the thing, the Seven of Swords also tells me that their strategy is not going to work the way they hope. This card often shows plans that backfire, secrets that get revealed, schemes that collapse, and I think whatever indirect approach they try is going to be so transparent that it will actually push you further away rather than draw you closer. You are too smart for games right now. Your intuition is too sharp. You can smell an agenda from miles away. What I am being shown is that they fundamentally underestimate how much you have changed, how much you have grown, how much stronger you are now than when they knew you. They still think of you as the person who loved them before, the person who maybe tolerated things they should not have tolerated, the person who might be soft enough to let them back in. But that version of you does not exist anymore. The Queen of Pentacles you have become would laugh at the tactics the old you might have fallen for. Let me pull one more card about their emotional state specifically, because I am feeling into their energy and it is chaotic right now. The Nine of Swords is here, and Taurus, they are not sleeping. This is the nightmare card, the anxiety card, the 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, replaying everything card. This person is being haunted by you, by the conversation, by what they said, by what was said to them, by all the ways they failed you. Every time they close their eyes, they see your face. They remember moments. They torture themselves with what if. The Nine of Swords shows someone sitting up in bed surrounded by swords of worry and regret, and I am seeing this person's mental health taking a real hit right now. They might not be eating properly, they might be snapping at people, they might be withdrawing socially because they cannot pretend to be okay when they are falling apart inside. And the cruelest part is that they did this to themselves. Nobody forced them to mention your name, nobody forced them to have that conversation. Their own mouth got them into this mess, and now their own mind will not let them escape it. I keep hearing the phrase, they know you were the one, and that knowing is destroying them. It is one thing to break up with someone and wonder if you made a mistake. It is another thing entirely to know with absolute certainty that you walked away from your person, from your match, from the one who would have loved you right for the rest of your life. And they know it now. Maybe they suspected it before, maybe they tried to deny it, but that conversation ripped away all their defenses and left them staring at the truth. Now here's what happens next, and this is where you have all the power, Taurus. The final card I am pulling about the outcome of this situation is the Hierophant reversed, and this tells me that traditional approaches are not going to work here, conventional relationship rules do not apply, and this person is going to have to completely abandon their pride and their ego if they want any chance of reconnecting with you. The Hierophant reversed is about breaking from tradition, rejecting the expected path, doing things in unconventional ways. What this means practically is that a simple apology is not going to cut it. A bouquet of flowers is not going to cut it. A romantic gesture straight out of a movie is not going to cut it. If this person wants back into your life, they are going to have to show you something real, something vulnerable, something that proves they have done actual internal work and are not just reacting to the discomfort of losing you. The Hierophant reverse demands authenticity over performance, substance over style. And here is the question the universe is asking you, Taurus: do you even want them back? Because all of this, all of their spiraling and regret and realization, it does not obligate you to anything. You do not owe them forgiveness. You do not owe them another chance. You do not owe them closure or conversation or even acknowledgement. The Queen of Pentacles does not make decisions based on other people's guilt. She makes decisions based on her own alignment and her own standards. I am being shown that you are going to have a choice point coming up, maybe not immediately, but soon, where this person either reaches out directly or creates a situation where you have to decide how to respond. And that choice is yours. Not theirs, not the universe's, not destiny's, yours. And whatever you decide will be the right decision, because you are making it from a place of self-worth rather than lack or longing. What I want you to take from this reading more than anything is that you won the breakup. I know that sounds petty, I know that sounds immature, but it is true. You are the one who grew. You are the one who stabilized. You are the one who built something beautiful out of the rubble, while they are the one who is stuck, spiraling, haunted by what they gave up. That is not nothing, Taurus. That is everything. The conversation they had about you that went so badly, that was the universe reflecting back to them the truth of who you are and what you meant, and they could not handle it. They thought they could be casual about you, and they discovered that you are not someone anyone can be casual about. You leave a mark. You matter. You are unforgettable. And now they have to live with knowing that and knowing they do not have you anymore. So what do you do with all of this information? You do exactly what you have been doing. You keep building your Queen of Pentacles empire. You keep focusing on your peace and your worth. You keep setting boundaries that protect your energy. You keep being the incredible human you are becoming. And if they show up, if they try to worm their way back in, you look them dead in the eye and you decide from a place of power rather than wound whether they have earned the privilege of your time. Because that is what it is now, Taurus. Being in your life is a privilege, not a right. And they lost that privilege when they did not treat it with the respect it deserved. Maybe they can earn it back, maybe they cannot, but that is for you to decide when and if the moment comes, not for them to demand or manipulate or scheme their way into. I also want you to know that the people who witnessed that conversation, the ones who saw them get exposed, they are on your side. You have allies you do not even know about, people who respect you, people who see your value, people who would go to bat for you in a heartbeat. That Queen of Swords energy who called them out, she is not the only one. There is a whole network of protection around you that you might not be aware of, and it is working on your behalf even when you are not in the room. This reading is not about them coming back. It is not about reconciliation. It is not even really about closure. It is about you understanding your power. You have the power to haunt someone without even trying, to be the standard that ruins everyone else for them, to live so well that your absence becomes the loudest presence in their life. And you are doing that right now without even meaning to, just by being yourself, just by choosing yourself, just by refusing to dim your light for anyone. So let them spiral, let them regret, let them lose sleep, let them ask around about you, let them realize what they lost. None of that has to affect you unless you choose to let it. You are the Queen of Pentacles building her kingdom, and what happens in the ruins of their collapsed empire is not your concern unless you decide it is. You hold all the cards here, Taurus, all of them, and that is exactly where the power should be. The final thing I am hearing is trust your intuition in the coming weeks. If something feels off, it is off. If someone is acting weird, there is a reason. If you get the urge to block someone or create more distance or change your routine, do it. Your intuition is your protection right now, and it will guide you perfectly if you listen to it. You do not need to know all the details. You do not need to have proof. You just need to trust that inner knowing that has gotten so strong since you started choosing yourself. And if you are watching this and you resonated with every single word, I need you to comment Queen of Pentacles below, because that is your affirmation. That is your identity right now. That is who you are stepping into more and more every single day. You are the queen who knows her worth, who builds her empire, who does not need anyone's validation to know she is valuable. And anyone who lost you is going to spend a very long time understanding exactly what they gave up. This was a powerful reading, Taurus, and I felt every bit of this energy coming through. Someone is absolutely spiraling over you right now, and the universe wanted you to know so you could stand even taller in your power, so you could trust that you made the right choice in walking away or letting go, so you could see that sometimes the best revenge is just living well and letting the truth reveal itself without you having to say a word. You are protected, you are valued, you are so much more powerful than you realize, and whatever happens next, you are ready for it.